shady Zingbot, but I'm living for it. It's giving iconic. The zing was too good not to use.
So when she spoon like a BB moment, which is like a beautiful black moment. Did we get any of those in this episode?
Black.
We have a chaotic vibe moment of the
chaotic vibe moment. And you're watching Black by Reality.
Black by Baddies.
And those who love us.
Hi, Nicole.
I'm Nicole Weaver from Black by Reality, and I'm so excited to talk to you, Mecole, about your time in the Big Brother 25 house. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so happy to see you. My number one question, you had a big reaction finding out that Jared and Cirie were mother and son. Now, you probably know by now, Izzy knew their secret immediately, and that's how she became such a close ally to them. If you knew Izzy had that like power, would you have changed your strategy at all?
Yeah, obviously, I think that it makes the game a lot different because I'm going in under the guise that these are two individuals who have no connection or familiarity with one another. And come to find out, they don't just have a closeness, they are mother and son. That totally changes everything. I just think back to the week that Heisem was going to be backdoor. And I think a lot of that probably stemmed from the fact that he had mentioned that Jared would be someone that he would like to target, at least at some point, if not immediately. So I think that's kind of where the conversations around, well, maybe we should get Heisem out started to flow. And I think if, just had I known that, it also makes sense as to, why there was a preference for keeping Izzy over Mama Fee. I thought we were all in on Brown Sugar Babe. So I just really didn't understand why that was happening. But so many things make sense now. So many things.
Would you have tried harder to pull Izzy in then? Or would you have targeted Izzy?
If I known that information, I don't know how, if I known that she known and was holding on to that, possibly to use to her advantage at some point, I definitely would have found a way to try to work with her on that, right? Like the Fields family are a force to be reckoned with. Very early on in that game, I knew that Cirie was someone that I wanted to, be close to and work closely with, because I'm like, listen, she is a force and I definitely don't want her coming after me. So let me make sure I'm on her good side at all times. And Jared was someone that I just, taken a liking to as well. So it worked out that we created this Brown Sugar Babes alliance. But, there was obviously a whole bunch of tea that was not spilled that I wish that I had known. Oh my God, it would have changed everything.
I know. Okay, so that kind of goes into my next question. So Cirie has a habit of blindsiding her allies. What do you think you would have done if she let you know that the plan was actually to target Felicia that week?
Honestly, had she let me know, I don't think that my vote would have changed, because I made a promise to Brown Sugar Babes and I made a promise to Mama Fee that I was going to vote for her regardless of what was happening. I love Izzy, but I always felt like Izzy was closer to Cirie than she was to me, and that I wasn't necessarily a priority until it came to, getting any information that she could to determine, however she wanted to use it or how it could have been used to her benefit. And I love me some Izzy, but that's just how I was feeling in that moment. So when it came between her and Mama Fee, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go Mama Fee. It was no question for me.
Yeah. I'm taking it all the way back, because I just want to say I loved watching you and Kirsten specifically, and just it was so obvious you guys were relating to each other in a different way. So do you have any like lingering feelings of her being the first one out, or do you think your game would have been much different with Kirsten still being in the game?
I love Kirsten from the first day that we walked into the house. We were like buddy instantly. And I was so sad to see her go. That very first week when her and Mama Fee were put on the block, I was like, oh no, I do not want to see a pattern of this happening all season. I think the justification for getting Kirsten out there early was that she had gone around saying things to multiple people in terms of what an alliance could, which alliances could possibly be forming. And at that point, we were only a day or two in the house. So obviously things were happening. I just don't know if they needed to be said out loud in that moment, which is kind of how we came to the conclusion for getting Kirsten out. But I love me some Kirsten. That's my girl and my soror. Hey, sis.
Do you plan on keeping in touch with anyone in the cast?
I do. I would love to stay in touch with everyone. You know, living in a house in a fishbowl 24 hours a day, where most times you can't even go outside, can be very draining and sometimes feel exhausting. And, you know, there were times where we annoyed each other and got on each other's nerves, maybe them more often than I did because I was an angel. But I loved and enjoyed everyone. And I cannot wait to see them in a couple days at the reunion.
Great.
Couple weeks.
My last question. There is a first. I think you may be the first evicted house guest to get a zing. So
Yes.
Zingbot said, Mecole, you are so boring and under the radar. You went from me nap to me sleep to me bored to a week-long me coma. Oh, wait, you're so under the radar. I didn't even notice you got evicted. What is your response to that?
Shade, you shady Zingbot, but I'm living for it. It's giving iconic. The zing was too good not to use. So listen, I'm not mad. It's giving legendary. 65 days, the first pre-juror to stay in the house for 65 days, and the first pre-juror or the first person in Big Brother history to have a zing even after she's left. I mean, listen,
Cerise zing too. It was cut the road. Like,
oh, what was hers?
Hers was so Cerie, all of your friends have been evicted one by one. But like once again, this wouldn't be the first time that you lose on an island.
Oh, Zingbot coming for next. Okay.
Yeah.
Zingbot didn't cover my neck. He stepped on top of my head. Okay. He stepped on my head, but that's okay, Mr. I'll be back on Big Brother Twitter, and I got some words for you, Mr. Zingbot. Stay tuned. I got some words for you. Don't worry.
Twitter is ready. They've been pulling up your tweets. They're like, she has a tweet for everything.
A tweet for everything. I was a young prophet. Baby Mimi was that girl. Shout out to her. Love her.
Yes. Have a good one.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.